Hey guys, it's Limitless being back here again for another video. I'm bringing you a second one today because I can. So let's get right into it. So I was thinking about, a lot of my past long-term relationships that I've been through, and the experiences it gave me, both good and bad, what I've learned and how I've grown as a person, and what I really wanted to touch on today was why people struggle with moving on after breakups. Now, from my experience personally, um, what I understand about it is I was romanticizing the person that broke up with me or I broke up with based on what we used to be, the way we used to, act around each other, how loving we were, all the things we used to do for one another, and, the whole 9 yards. But if we're most of the time, the reason that doesn't help is because it doesn't allow us to look at the person as they are in the moment and what's happening in the moment. Well, you're probably not with the person anymore. Either you have like a living arrangement where you're still together and you don't talk to each other, or you've completely moved on and you've gone your separate ways where you don't live with each other anymore. So, as it is, you guys are out of each other's life. You might have maybe an ex, or you might have kids together. That's another issue. But for the most part, you're out of their life. You don't have to see them anymore. And most of your days are not going to be occupied with them in your life. Now, I think a lot of people struggle with moving on because they keep trying to hold on to the things that were once there but are not there anymore. And you have to realize that we can't measure people by their potential. We have to look at them as they are. I mean, yeah, there's people that can change and improve, but most of the time people are who they are, and they're going to be that way. So there's no use trying to change people. You have to accept them as they are or move on and find someone who's better suited for you and someone that you like a lot more and who fits the criteria that you're looking for. Because, you know, relationships are there for you to grow. And, you know, breakups teach you a lot about where you went wrong or what you looked for in the person previously that you realized you didn't like, and now that was the reason where you broke up. And it helps you move forward so you can look forward to meeting another person and developing that side of yourself where you can attract a person with the quality that you're looking for. So I don't think any relationship is a waste of time. I don't think going through a breakup, makes the relationship a waste of time. I think breakups are just a part of something. Some things just fall apart. Either you grow together or you grow apart. And if they didn't work out, most of the time it's because you guys are not compatible. And people try again, but it doesn't really work out most of the time because you'll find another reason again to break up because there's just a compatibility issue. So the the way to move on and make it easier on yourself is to see the person at eye level. Look at where you are today, analyze your relationship with the person, and understand where your goals are and where theirs are, so that you have a realistic perspective of, you know, they're not going to be in my life anymore. I can appreciate what happened in the past, the memories we had and shared, and the things we've gone through together. You know, just make peace with that, but don't let it become your story that, oh, I'm still holding on to her or him, and you know, um, I can't move on because this is the best thing we've ever had. The thing is, when you do that, you're preventing yourself from meeting all those other awesome people out there that would love to meet you and want to know who you are. Because when you've broken up with someone, especially if you're the one that's being dumped, you don't want to be chasing the person back because they're in a position of leverage. If they unanimously ended the relationship, You need to be able to walk away and never look back and live as if they're out of your life and expect them to be out of your life forever. Don't live with the hope that they're going to come back. Move on and move forward with the intention of being the best version of yourself, being the best possible romantic prospect for the next potential opportunity that comes your way, so that you can create a better relationship with someone else down the road, and that you can have more fulfillment and more happiness down the road because you've been working on yourself. You've been making changes to you, the way you appear in your relationships, whether it be correcting your finances, correcting your behavioral patterns, managing your emotions. You become a better person overall. And just because the other person that you broke up with can't see that, doesn't mean that you shouldn't go out there and try again, right? So, you know, uh, if I had like one more piece of advice to give, I would say to move on from breakups and not to struggle with it is, realize that you suffer because you have an attachment to a fantasy. You have an attachment to um, how things should be instead of realizing the way they are. So you have an attachment to um, a, an unrealistic expectation on the other person and the fantasy worlds of the way you see them and the way you should be together, rather than accepting where you are. So if you have an attachment to anything else other than reality, you're going to suffer. And the longer we take to process that, whatever's happened has happened, it's going to continue to cause internal suffering. And the only way you can release that suffering is to make peace with the situation and accept that what happened has happened and it couldn't happen any other way. I mean, if like you could go through a million different variations of the same situation in your head, and if they were any of them were meant to happen to begin with, they would have taken place already. But life happens the way it does, and there's no other way we can approach it. We just have to accept it as it is. You know, we're not perfect. I don't expect anyone to be perfect, but we need to be able to forgive ourselves sometimes for not being where we need to be at a certain point in a relationship. Because I've had breakups where I've been through it, and um, it's not easy moving on. I mean, you hurt a lot. You physically hurt. It's like something got ripped out of you, and you know, um, you lose a part of yourself. I mean, I do feel that way sometimes, but you should still be happy for the other person, and um, take care of yourself and move forward because at the end of the day, whoever is meant to be there will be there, and there's nothing we can do about that. Nothing should be forced in life. I believe everything should be mutual. And yeah, at the end of the day, um, you need to make sure that the number one person that you have the best relationship with is yourself. And a breakup is also a great time to take care of yourself, figure out who you are and what you want. And then you can look back on these relationships a few months, a few weeks, a few years ahead, and you look back in hindsight and you see that all these things that I experienced, all these pitfalls, all these mistakes I made, they made you the person you are today. And if you didn't have those experiences, you wouldn't be that person for that amazing woman or man you're with today. So, in short, to end this video, I'm going to say um, look back at the past in a positive light. Um, accept the present situation as it is. Um, don't hold on to potential of people. Accept them as they are, and wish them well and move on. I mean, even if you don't, if you even if it ended bad, just wish them well and move on. Just make a little peace within yourself, and you know take care of yourself and move forward. All right, guys. So that's it for today. Thank you for watching. If you like the video, like the video. If you have a comment below. Let me know what you think of the video. Share it with your friends and family if you learned something and you feel like they could benefit from it as well. And subscribe for more content like this. And until next time, I'll talk to you guys soon. This is the Limitless Being, and I'll catch you guys later in another video. Peace out.